Hi, everyone, and welcome to a really special feature where we spotlight brands that make it what wants to support. And today we have Jerry Ong, owner of SummerWine, a really fresh and innovative period lingerie brand. Welcome, Jerry.
Hi, Sarah. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for being here. Well, tell us about the inspiration behind SummerWine.
Well, basically, about 6 years ago, when I was working in Jakarta, I had tried other brands of period underwear, but found that I was quite unsatisfied with the quality of period underwear I was wearing. Basically, I found that it just looked like granny underwear. And after wearing it for a while, the padding in the period underwear would bunch up and get really thick and be unbreathable. Then further down the road, I realized that actually the water repellent layer in some of these period underwear brands was actually toxic. There's a compound in certain brands in the water repellent layer called PFAS, which technically is like the top of a coating of a pen, akin to Teflon or from a Gore-Tex shoe. And I also read that this was gradually being phased out in the EU. So then I thought perhaps I could make period underwear better, possibly also make nicer looking designs. So in 2022, I developed some prototypes when I was living in Bali and tried them on myself and realized that actually the designs that I had made were a lot better than what was on the market. So I started iterating and here we are. I would like to share this period underwear design, period underwear feel.
So what sets SummerWine apart from other period lingerie brands?
The first thing that sets us apart is the design of SummerWine. So this is a chickie that you can wear on day 2 or 3 of your period. As you can tell, it's not frumpy looking or heavy. It doesn't look like a diaper. It looks like a normal piece of underwear that you can wear on and off your period. And that's the whole intention of it as well. So when you don't know when your period is coming and you're actually wearing a piece of SummerWine, it would also protect you on the days you're going to have your period. And then we have our bodysuit suited for heavy flow. The detailing is very delicate. The lace is very soft. So the part here in the middle, the idea of a bodysuit is that maybe on days that you feel like you have a bulge, you can cover it. And also, it gives a push-up effect, for days that on your period when your boobs get a little bit more swollen. So SummerWine underwear is designed to make you feel good on your period, where you don't have to wear a pad, you don't have to wear a tampon. You just bleed directly into the fabric and then wash and reuse.
Very nice. Thank you. I really love the designs. I love the lace. Tell me, as someone who's never used period lingerie before, what do I need to know?
I think basically a lot of people ask what happens when they bleed into the underwear. If enough for someone to be able to wear this, say on day 1 of their period and they have very heavy flow, the answer is we have designs covered for every single flow type, from heavy flow to light flow. So I have a friend who told me that she was worried that the SummerWine boxer wasn't enough to cover day 1 of her flow. So she actually tried on a boxer like this for day 1, slept in it on white sheets, and it still didn't stain. So she was actually pleasantly surprised. So you might want to give it a try. Whilst it's leak proof at the same time, it's also moisture wicking. So it feels clean, it feels dry, whilst at the same time looks good and is very comfortable. You can wear SummerWine period wear for up to 16 hours. Maybe if you have a long working day, or if you do aerial yoga, if you're a pole dancer, I think this would be more suited than wearing a pad or a tampon. So the pad might move around and chafe you. Tampons you need to change regularly or you'll get toxic shock syndrome. The second question people usually ask is whether you can wash your period underwear along with the rest of your laundry. The answer is yes. I generally just put my period underwear in a laundry bag and stuff it in with the rest. But if you're very particular, you might want to rinse your period underwear in cold water and then put it into a laundry bag before putting it on a delicate cycle.
So there's a big part of SummerWine that also caught my attention and made me really excited, which is the part of alleviating period poverty. Can you tell us more about it and what SummerWine is doing to help there?
Okay, so when I was embarking on SummerWine, I did a lot of research about the stigma that surrounds menstruation and periods. And there is a concept called period poverty, which is very prevalent in the neighboring countries around Singapore. For instance, Nepal, there are women who live far away from the cities. There are lots of villages that are in the mountains, and they don't have access to clean menstrual products. When I say clean menstrual products, it may cost quite a bit for them to purchase either a pad or a tampon, or even a menstrual cup, which is unimaginable in some places in the world because they don't want to stuff it up their crotch. So what women there do is that they generally just reuse dirty cloths, which then causes sepsis You can get a UTI infection, you can get bacterial vaginosis. And on top of that, the idea around periods is that women are impure on their periods and dirty. So some women are made to live out of their homes when they have their periods. So they are made to stay in maybe little cow sheds or huts outside of their homes in improper conditions. It could be cold, there could be snakes around because you are in the animal shed, for instance. So SummerWine linked up with this NGO in Nepal called The Sky's the Limit. So the Instagram handle is at The Sky's the Limit. And what they are trying to do is to alleviate period poverty. So my friend has a factory where they make reusable cotton pads for women who have suffered from the shame and the stigma of period poverty. So she told me that some people died of snake bites in her villages because they were made to live out of their homes because they were considered dirty on their periods. And when they can't go back into their homes, they can't change the cotton pads that they have as well, or the cloths that they are wearing. And then on top of that, some girls, they don't go to school on their periods because they don't have access to facilitate the changing of menstrual products every few hours. And so their parents don't let them go to school. What SummerWine is trying to do is that we're trying to raise $1 from every piece of period underwear sold in order to help women and girls in villages like that gain access to clean menstrual products. So eventually, we'll pool the money together and we will try also to teach women in these villages how to sew period underwear, given the funding that we've collected from the sales of our products.
Wow, I love that. Thanks so much, Jerry, for sharing the story and how you guys are also impacting others along with this. Is there anything else that you would like our listeners to know about SummerWine?
Well, I would like you guys to know that we are a Singaporean-based company, women-owned, women-founded. I think there is a lot of education to be done in Singapore still about period underwear. It's one of the best things I have done to move from pads and tampons to period underwear, because then I feel safe and clean all day for up to 16 hours without having to change my underwear. I don't feel sick. It's clean, it's dry, it's very hygienic. And I think it's something that every woman should be able to experience, to be able to go about their periods with much more freedom than we used to. And at the same time, the whole idea of wearing period underwear is more sustainable. So you don't have to get a pad or a tampon, no need for extra plastic waste, no need to pollute the environment, just wash and reuse. Suitable for working moms on the go, women working long hours, generally women who feel like they want to incorporate more freedom into their lifestyle.
Right. Thanks, Jerry.
Thank you for watching the Spotlight on a brand we're so excited to support. SummerWine is a female-founded, socially conscious period wear brand that's all about empowering women to look and feel great, even on those challenging period days, which I totally get. Don't forget to check out our show notes for all your links, and be sure to use the promo code SummerWine10 for 10% off all your pre-orders. Let's make periods sustainable and stress-free. Thank you, and see you at the next episode of Make It Work.